Good morning everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. So starting off with Euro USD, and we did end up with a bit of a range on the weekly, and let me just get these two levels in so you can see. So that was the sort of a double top that was created, top of the week's price and low of the week's price. So that's kind of the range. Look to the left, it's also been in a bit of a range for quite some time. So as far as I'm concerned, those are the three levels. Let me just get it right. Those are the three levels we need to pay attention to. So if we get down to the hour, longs are only going to be applicable in this pair from a break above 116.178. This level that we're at right now you need to pay attention to. There's 115.627. Been quite a bit of interaction here. Look at the oscillators as well. I suspect we're probably going to be moving to the downside. So I'd want to see this sort of being rejected on the 15-minute during the open. Then you're looking for a retest of 115.147. A break of 115.147, then the trend should continue to the downside. And I don't think we have much. Let me just look to the left here. We're looking for some kind of structure. There it is. So you'd be looking for a move down to 114.672. So if we look at it this way, so reject where we are now, which is 115.627. First target is 115.147. Second target is going to be 114.672. That all goes out the window if we get above 116.178. Moving on to US dollar Japanese yen. We're still range bound at the moment, very clear range bound for the last 3 weeks, and we need to break below this 113.373 before I even start looking at this pair. And you can see what happened on Friday. Again, it's a case of above and below the moving averages all the time. So I suspect we're coming back into something like that. So we're going to should be getting back to 113.784 and 113.721. So any rejection out of there, I would expect a move back to the downside to close this gap. Stop is going to be above the high of Friday here. Not really much more than that. It's going to be a bit of a scalp, but yeah, I'm probably just going to stay out of it. It's still range bound, so until we get direction, we'll stay out of it. Moving on to British pound Japanese yen. So we had a pretty strong rejection of here. So remember, we were looking at a flag, and I said to you on Friday, that flag, you might as well ignore that flag. It doesn't look like it's materializing, and that is pretty much what's happened. Now we've come back down to structure. There is structure right here where we are, and then there's a little bit more further down. So if you look to the left, you can see there was quite a bit of interaction there. So this is the area to be paying attention to. The other thing that you need to pay attention to is, where are the Fibonacci levels that we need to pay attention to? First one is blown already, so we're looking for the 61.8. So this is our key level here, 152.560. I want to delete this quickly. Right, so come down to the hour. You need to watch what's happening here. So I would assume another retest down to 152.560 if this holds. So if you start getting sort of pin bars, engulfing bars, or inside bars on this level, then I would expect a continuation to the upside. If this level gives way, we come back and test it and start rolling, then you'd be looking for opportunities to short. Bigger trend is up. It looks like a deep pullback in a bear trend, or sorry, in a bull trend, but we're sideways at the moment. So we're going to need to get above these two levels. So I'd be willing to take a bit of a scalp off 152.560, very tight stop loss for anticipating a move to the upside, a small position, or alternatively a break and retest of 153.300 area would get me looking for a long again. At the moment, 50-50 call. So if we do get below this 152.560 and retest, sort of reject it, then I'd be looking at a move to the downside. Difficult one because we are below the 155 on 8 hours after a pretty strong bullish move over a few weeks, and kind of eroded half of it at least already. So yeah, it benefit of the doubt to the bulls at the moment. I think this is coming back to retest a breakout. So looking for structure to buy off and see if we can get going again. Moving on to Euro British Pound. So last week was pretty much a strong move, and then we went straight into a bit of a range. And this is another one we were waiting for pullback in order to see if this breakout is validated. Don't like the way the oscillator is looking. Diversions there, price making a new high. It looks like probably another setup similar to what we've had. So as soon as we start getting above the moving averages, then we come back to try and test them, but we typically break through. So this one is definitely something which I've been paying very close attention to, and I think if we get back to this area of 0.85137, then I possibly would be looking for a move to the upside. There is a gap all the way down the bottom here, so that could attract us, or it could be act as a magnet for us today. Well, not for today, but sorry, for the coming weeks. Yeah, it's kind of a difficult one to pinpoint. I don't even want to be buying off retest of structure, which is 0.85137. So until something like that happens, or alternatively, this level here, which we did form and break, and then you can see the pin bars below it. If that comes back and we test that at 0.85643, and we start getting pin bars, this kind of structure, pin bars, engulfing bars, or inside bars on this level, then I'd also be looking for an opportunity to buy into this with a stop below the swing low of Friday. So that's kind of the view that I have at the moment. A cautious view though, so it'll have to be structure on the hour before I look at it. So that's the level I'm watching first, 0.85643. If that gives way, then we're waiting down here to see what happens here at 0.85137. Anyway, that's it for me on Forex this morning. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Enjoy the day. Cheers for now.